Hi everyone, in this video we'll talk about VLOOKUP and how to use VLOOKUP with match and without match. So match is a function that helps you locate certain rows and certain columns. So if you see on the screen, there is a data set from column B to column D, employee ID, last name and first name. And we have to fill the table with last name and first name using the raw table on columns B, C and D. In columns G and H, we have another table of employee ID and what amount is to be paid to them via the firm. But we don't know the first name or last name, and you can see the employee IDs are not in the same order as the order which it is in columns B, C, and D. So how will we tackle that? Let's start applying the formula VLOOKUP. So it goes is equal to VLOOKUP. What do we need to look up? So the column employee ID is common in the table on the right hand side and on the left hand side. So I have to look up employee ID 110621. In which table do I want to look it up? This is my table. So I'll select that. I'll fix that to ensure that the table remains the same. In which column do I need to pull the value from? So I need to look up employee ID, which is in cell G5. It will look into the column B, and what column I need to pull it up here. So this is the first name column. I need to pull the third column. It's like B, C, D, 1, 2, 3. I'll put a 3. And then I want an exact match on the employee ID. So I just close the parenthesis and it works. So the first name is John, and we can clearly see that it's the correct answer. So first name is third column in this data set. Last name is second column in this data set. Employee ID is the first column. So whenever we are using VLOOKUP, we are looking up in the leftmost column of the data set and pulling data from the columns on the right hand side of it. So now if I copy this formula towards the bottom using special paste, I'll get all the first names for all the employee IDs. Similarly, if I type it for last name, what do I need to look up for? I need to look up employee ID. Okay. In which table do I need to look it for? I need to table B4 to D17, right? Now which column? Since last name is second column, I need the value from second column. And then I need an exact match since employee IDs will match exactly. Pressing enter and I get the last name, which is correct, John Doe. I'll paste it till the bottom using special paste. I have the last names as well. Now, if you carefully see, I had to apply the VLOOKUP formula twice where I had to manually enter the values of 2 and 3, right? I had to figure out, okay, first name is the third column, last name is the second column. Is there a way to avoid doing that? Yes, there is. The way here is by using the function match. Now, how does match work? So first, before I move on to combining match with VLOOKUP, I'll first show how does the match function work itself. Let's say I want to match the employee ID in G5 in the list from B5 to B17, right? And I want an exact match. What will this give me? Let's just run it for the whole column first. Okay, so this tells me that employee ID 110621 is at the first location in the set B5 to B17. So if I take B5 to B17, 110621 comes in first place. 391019 comes in fourth place. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is the ID that we got it, right? So this tells me that match is giving me the location in the provided data set or in the provided row or in the provided column. So can I get the column of first name and last name from the data set as well? Okay, let's try it. I want to match first name from employee ID, last name and first name. Okay, so first name is third column and last name is second column. Okay, interesting. Aren't these the inputs that we used in the previous tab to get the answers itself, right? So we can actually replace the manual entries of 2 and 3 with the match function and link that match function with the name on the top of the column. This way, if we change the order of the columns, the number will change as well. Let's try that. Is equal to VLOOKUP. Again, the same drill. We need to look up the value in G5. I'll fix column G, comma, the table array. The table array is same as before, B4 to D17, the full table. Now, I don't want a particular column to be fixed like we did in the previous tab. So I won't enter a 2 or a 3 here. I'll start typing a match. What do I need to look for? I need to look for I4, which has the first name written on it. I'll just fix the fourth row on there to make sure that cell referencing does not move if I copy paste the column. I'll go to the lookup array. Where do I need to match it for? I need to match it in the top three, in the top row of the data set so that I know which column am I talking about. I'll fix that and I'll do an exact match, comma, and now we just select false and we press enter. So this gives us John, right? And if I show you like what the match function is giving here by pressing F9, you see you get a 3 here, right? So it's automatically updating the values. If I just copy paste this formula to last name, you see that I automatically get a doe here, which is the last name. I don't need to check it out like whether it's the right one or not, because if the names of the columns match, the match function will give it the value of the column in the data set. So here, if I run F9, I should get a value of 2, and yes, that is the case. Right now, the last part is to just copy paste the formula till the bottom, and boom, we have it all. Now, the beauty of using VLOOKUP with match is this. What if I want to, make sure that the last name is first and the first name is last? So what I'll do is I'll delete the names in this data set and I'll just copy the same order and boom, I get last name in the first column and John and first name in the last column. So you can play with the orders once you have match in the VLOOKUP function, else you will have to go and put the numbers manually, which is a task in itself if you are playing with multiple columns at once. Thanks for watching this video and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.